All right, let's bring in our guest quickly. Criminal defense attorney Jeffrey Wolf joins us this hour. Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining the judge and I here on the show. And essentially, as we mentioned earlier, this is a proffer. This is when he was arrested. And basically, he told police, look, I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to get back with my girls. Those are his words. And they said, okay, well, let's see what you know and maybe get you to testify, maybe work a deal with you. So that's number one, that's helpful to the defense. In listening to it, two things jump out at me. Want to know what jumps out at you. Number one, how suggestive the questions are, right? They're basically giving him the answers in the questions. And number two, he's not nearly as definitive as I remembered him on the stand in this proffer as to the involvement of Monica.
Yeah, I tend to agree, Michael. I think that a lot of times when we see somebody interrogated by the police in a proffer sense, they know what they want out of the witness. And so they're going to try to get the witness to give them what they want. When they need the witness to tie things together for them, they are going to lead them down that path in a way that they're not allowed to do on the witness stand, right? Because we can't lead a witness in a courtroom, but officers can lead somebody when they have them in an interview room, and that's what we see them doing in this interview. And when somebody is being interviewed, they're not going to be prepared for that interview in the same way that they are months and months later when they're sitting on a witness stand and they've had time to read through the reports, to read through the proffer, to know the story as they've been prepared to tell it on the stand. So they're just not going to be quite as ready to tell it. And so it's not going to be as effective. And that's why the defense wants the jury to see this. They want the jury to say, well, when he was first asked to tell this story, he didn't know it quite as well as he does when he has a chance to sit down, think about it, and get it ready to tell to the jury later. And I think that's what's going to be effective for the defense here to try to poke holes in this so-called co-conspirator.
But Jeffrey, I don't think, and Michael and I might disagree on this, I don't think he got a great deal. We know that he pled to second-degree murder. Maybe he gets a good deal. We don't know yet. The sentencing hasn't happened. He's facing 16 years to life. If he were to get life, I don't think this is that great of a deal for him to change or embellish or offer testimony to get her found guilty and then still serve this amount of time.
Well, I think that's exactly what the defense wants to show here, right? The defense wants to say your sentence is kind of contingent on how this trial goes, because the recommendation from the prosecution is based on you giving quote unquote truthful testimony, right? That's how these proffer deals are always written. But truthful testimony is always truthful as to what the prosecution thinks the truth is. And so that's how the defense needs to couch this, is that the prosecution is going to make a sentencing recommendation based on how they believe your testimony goes and whether they think you were truthful, not whether you were actually truthful from the sense of what the actual truth is. And so that's what the defense is going to do with this.
Okay.
Yeah, no question about it. And again, I'll just state my case for it being a good deal. Look at his co-defendant, Robert Baker, got life in prison without parole.
Well, that's fair.
Right? So that was on the table for him, and he has a young family. He's a young man. So if he can get out sometime in the 16 to 20 year range, he's got a good life ahead of him, time to be with his girls. So I think that looks great. For us, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But for him, under the
it's a better deal.
It's a much better deal.
Okay, that's fair.
How I see it. All right, we'll take a break here. We'll have more from inside that courtroom. Keep it here on Court TV, your front row seat to justice.
Inflation and economic uncertainty have affected all of us. But if you have a structured settlement or annuity, J.G. Wentworth can help you get a lump sum of cash now in exchange for some or all of your future payments. J.G. Wentworth has helped individuals get over $290 million in the past year alone. So why live month to month in these uncertain economic times? Call J.G. Wentworth today at 877-CASH-NOW and get the cash you need now from your structured settlement. Call now.
Whatever you need for your farm, ranch, homestead, or the outdoors, Big R's got it. Firearms and ammo? Check. Tools from DeWalt in Milwaukee? Check. Clothes from Carhartt and Wrangler? Check. Whatever you need, you'll find it at Big R. A tiny sweater for your dog mittens. Well, almost anything. However you want to shop and whatever you need, let Big R be the place to help you out. Find them at BigR.com. Big R. Almost anything. Big R's got it.
His identity, a mystery.
Who is he?
His sword, lightning fast.
I challenge you!
His name,
Zorro! Zorro!
Zorro. Tuesdays starting 5/4 Central on Grid Extra.
You feel that?
The NWSL is on Ion.
It's game time. Showing off a little skill Saturday Night Out is on ION all season long. Find ION wherever you watch.
ION, it's on.
You got us banned from being room parents? I have never been more in love with you.
Who wants to go nuts for donuts?
Show him your folding trick.
I'm not in the mood for your sheet right now.
That's gotta hurt, huh? You keep me coming back for more.
1, 2, 3. I am proud to be able to be on the first ever HBCU gymnastics team. This is how we do it! To be able to show off my talents at a HBCU is very honoring.
I'm Vinny Politan. Welcome to Closing Arguments.
What's happening here?
It's unreal. Let me show you exactly what happened.
Closing Arguments with Vinny Politan, only on Court TV.
Covering the White House, you are in the center of where everything is happening in our government. There are really important issues happening in our country right now. People have questions about where the economy is headed, immigration policies, how the U.S. is handling global conflicts. My job is to bring meaningful answers and ask critical questions that impact everyday lives for our viewers. Haley Bull, Scripps News.
For live reports, breaking news, and headlines from across the country, stream Scripps News.
ION is on with 3 networks to enjoy.
Yeah, it's on.
Yes, showtime.
You're gonna want to see this.
It's on.
ION, ION Plus, and ION Mystery. Wow! It's on.
Jesse Palmer?
So you do remember me, and I know you haven't been watching.
TV's expensive.
Not with Tableau. Pay once and watch happily ever after. You can record too. Learn more at TableauTV.com. It's not fantasy, it's reality.
Join the case that puts you in the middle of the mystery.
The answer's in front of us.
And keeps you guessing till the very end.
It's anyone's guess who's next.
Every twist, every turn.
Everything we need to find this guy is right here.
ION Mystery. Join the investigation.
I got pulled in because I don't know why I got pulled in, but I got pulled in. Like a dummy, I went with him. He told me I won't let anything happen to you. You're not from here. No one's looking for you. And that's what I've been told.
That was Monica Sementilli's co-defendant, Christopher Austin, testifying about his involvement in her husband's death.
Fabio Sementilli was found brutally stabbed to death in his backyard back in 2017.
Prosecutors say that Monica Sementilli was the mastermind behind the murder plot and enlisted the help of her lover, Robert Baker, and his friend, Christopher Austin, to help carry out her plan.
All right, let's get you back in the court now, where the defense has actually recalled Austin to the stand. And right now, the jury is hearing an audio recording of Austin's proffer interview. That's when he was making a deal with prosecutors before the case even began. Let's go back in.
And Baker slept with you? You slept in Baker's bedroom? Yes. Showing you exhibit 26. Thank you, sir. You recognize this?
That's the garage. I think that's the outside of the apartment.
Okay, so that's Baker's apartment complex on Independence?
Yes.
And have you stayed there on more than one occasion when you came into town, including this time when you came in to commit the murder?
No.
You only stayed there one time?
That was my first time being that spot, actually.
Okay. Yesterday you told us that you lived with Baker at, yeah. And again, anytime I say yesterday, I mean 2 days ago.
I know that.
I know. But I'm glad that your lawyer is so great and that he's correcting me. And you feel free, please, to correct me as well. And if there's, again, anything I say that you don't understand or that I ask in a weird way, just tell me like I don't understand your question and I'll react.
Okay.
Because I know we're moving a little quickly. I thought I had 27. Where's the exterior? Okay. 26. So, I'm sorry. So Baker's apartment, that's the exterior of the apartment. I'm going to mark that as 25, okay?
Okay.
So we have 23 being the living room area, 24 being his bedroom, and you recognize his bedspread there, green with floral prints in 24?
Yes, sir.
And 25 being the exterior of the apartment complex.
Yes.
Showing you 26, yesterday you told us that at some point prior to moving to Alaska that you lived with Baker on Kaplan
Yes.
in the valley.
Yes.
I want to show you this location, which is 5757 Kaplan in Van Nuys. Is that the correct location?
Yes.
That is it. Okay. And who lives at Kaplan with you?
Baker and his wife at the time.
His wife being?
Nikki.
Do you know Nikki's last name?
Her real last name?
Yeah.
No.
Showing you Exhibit 27. Do you recognize this person?
Yes. Oh,
Who's that?
that is his ex-wife.
Nikki? Have you ever heard the last name of Fairchild, or did you only know her by Nikki Baker?
That was the name that she went by, but in my mind, she was Nikki Baker.
When you say that name, you mean Fairchild?
Fairchild.
So you had heard that name before?
Yes. But I don't want to like say like, oh yeah, that's her last name, and I don't really know if that's really her last name. That's just the name I've known her to be called, Nikki Fairchild or Nikki Baker.
Got it. I want to show you another picture because you said you also lived on, I think you said Kelvin. Is that right? With Baker and Nikki?
Yes. Was it Kelvin or Winnetka? In Winnetka.
In Winnetka,
Yeah.
showing you Exhibit 28. You recognize this picture of the house.
Yes.
Is that a location that you also lived with Baker?
Yes, that's the last location I lived with Baker.
And Nikki?
And Nikki.
And what about Al?
Al had moved to Vegas already.
Did Al ever live at this location with you?
No.
Did Al ever live at the Catherine Avenue location with you?
Yes.
That's what's depicted in Exhibit 26.
Yes.
On the morning of January 23rd, you said when you woke up, Baker was not home.
Yes.
Did Baker ever tell you that that morning he had gone to LA Fitness to meet up with Monica?
No.
Did Baker ever tell you that he had seen Monica that day?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
He didn't tell me he met up with her, but he did tell me that here's the deal. She's gonna, here's the deal. And I'm telling you what I can recall.
Okay.
Here's the deal. She's gonna go home, see exactly what he's doing, and then she's gonna leave, and when she leaves, she's gonna let me know when he's home alone. And I just said, that's not my head.
And you still were aware that you were this was going, this pit was going to happen that day?
Yes.
Did he ever tell you that he met up with her, if not at the LA Fitness, at the local Target?
No.
Baker left the house. You told us, I think, 2 days ago when you were here that when you woke up,
he wasn't there.
basically gone, and then came home at some point later in the afternoon. Okay. Do you know approximately what time?
No.
For my own purposes, when you're asking about LA Fitness, was it that morning you're asking? Yes, okay. They would say that day, that he had seen mine at LA Fit or at a Target. Okay. So he just told you that here's the deal. He's going to go home, see what he's doing, and let him know if he's alone.
Yeah.
Did he ever mention to you that there was a daughter that was in and out of the house that day? Or did you not know about the daughter?
I didn't really know. I didn't know about the daughter until we got in the car and said, shit, his daughter. He said, shit. He told me on the phone. Told me on the phone.
We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you back inside the courtroom for more of the proffer, the audio telling us exactly what he said some time ago when he was interviewed, a long time ago, before Monica Sementilli was even charged. All right, stay tuned. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, did Nicole Rice fatally stab her roommate nearly 20 years ago? We're diving deeper into today's testimony in the toxic roommate murder trial.
Closing Arguments tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
Called mom is now lawyer Lori. She's representing herself.
On charges of conspiring to murder her fourth husband.
She said, I can murder you now.
The Cult Mom Conspiracy Trial. Live coverage coming soon, only on Court TV.
I have a structured settlement and I call J.G. Wentworth 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth 877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth 877.
Call 877 cash now to get a $100 gift card for a free quote.
They're consistently caring.
There she is.
Reliably relatable.
It's a cleaning comforter. You can wash these?
And dependably honest.
Got everything?
Everything but happiness.
Hilariously, brutally honest.
Austin says I don't listen enough.
Does he also say you drink too much? Because that's coming.
How else does a kid learn?
Encouragement, positive role models, cash if you're tired.
One of today's funniest shows, The Connors. Weeknights starting 11/10 Central on Laugh More.
I've worked hard all my life. I learned the secret to success is speaking in your authentic voice. And I bring that lesson to my show every morning.
Opening Statements with Julie Grant. Weekday mornings at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
Join the case that puts you in the middle of the mystery.
The answer's in front of us.
And keeps you guessing till the very end.
It's anyone's guess who's next.
Every twist, every turn.
Everything we need to find this guy is right here.
Eye on Mystery. Join the investigation.
I wanted to be a reporter since I was 4 years old. I always knew that I wanted to tell stories. I feel really proud that I work at Scripps News. Our reporters get to delve into the topics that we care about and that we want to dig deeper into. There's a real investment in going where the stories are, giving people the full picture, reporting what is happening firsthand. Alex Miller, Scripps News, New York.
For live reports, breaking news, and headlines from across the country, stream Scripps News.
Ion is on with 3 networks to enjoy.
That's on.
Yes, showtime.
You're going to want to see this.
It's on.
Ion, Ion Plus, and Ion Mystery. It's on.
His identity, a mystery.
Who is he?
His sword, lightning fast.
I challenge you!
His name,
Zorro!
Zorro. Tuesdays starting 5/4 Central on Grid Extra.
1, 2, 3, hold up! I am proud to be able to be on the first ever HBCU gymnastics team. This is how we'll do it! To be able to show off my talents at a HBCU is very honoring.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
we're going to head back now to California for the Celebrity Stylist Murder Trial against Monica Sementilli.
She's accused, of course, of killing her famed hairstylist husband, Fabio, to continue her secret love affair, allegedly, and to cash in on Fabio's life insurance policy.
All right, but before we head back into court, I want to bring back in criminal defense attorney Jeffrey Wolf. And Jeffrey, I want to ask you this question because it's bothered me throughout this case. We're talking about this guy being arrested in 2024, late 2024, mid-2024, around June or so, June or July. The crime happened in 2017, yet the prosecutors felt it was important to put somebody, what they call him a Perkins guy, inside of his cell to try to get information from him to kind of wrap up this case. Does that jump out at you at all? To me, if I'm 7 years into investigating a case, I already have the person ready to go to trial. I wasn't planning on getting this guy, but I get him and I do this. Tells me that I feel like that means they have a weak case.
Yeah, I mean, it always bothers me when the prosecution turns to quote-unquote jailhouse snitches. Jailhouse snitches to me are some of the most unreliable sources of information that exist. What a jailhouse snitch is, for the audience that may be unaware, is basically what they're doing is they're sticking somebody into a cell with somebody that they need information from and saying, get them to talk. And then what they're asking a jury to do is to take somebody who has every incentive to lie about what they are told in a jail cell and saying, trust what that person says this person said. And they're confronting somebody who is sitting in a cell with your cellmate told us you said this. And that puts the screws to somebody to then flip and or give more information to the state to make a case. And that is the most pressure the state can put on somebody. When you are sitting in a cell facing a sentence or serving a sentence, there is no greater pressure the state can put on somebody. And it is the least reliable evidence imaginable. So yeah, Michael, I have the same problem with it that you do, because it is the most desperate play by the state and the least reliable evidence available.
Okay, so granted, by recalling this witness by the defense is able to say, here's the audio of what he really said back then versus how much more he's saying now. But was it worth it? Do you think it was smart for the defense to put him back on the stand, Jeffrey?
Yeah, it shows they're not afraid of him, quite frankly. It shows that this government witness, this star witness for the government, is not somebody that the defense is afraid of. And we'll call him in our case, and we'll do direct examination with him. We won't be constrained by having to do cross-examination with him and control him through cross-examination. We'll do direct with him. We're not afraid of this witness, and you shouldn't think that we are.
Good stuff. I didn't even think of that.
I didn't either.
Just the fact of calling him suggests that we're not afraid of him.
Yeah, that Jeffrey Wolf has good insight.
Jeffrey Wolf, you'd think he was an attorney or something. All right, Jeffrey, thank you so much for being with us. Truly appreciate it. Folks, I'm going to take you back now to court for more of his testimony.